Hello everyone and welcome back to the plot. Me and Crystal's been a bit busy today. We've decided to try and get our wildlife area done, which the pond's just been sitting in the house and just been taking up room, so I thought we'd take it up. And as you can see, I've dug it in. It's not very even, but it's doing the job. I have filled it, but it's from the water butt. And as you can see, it's not the clearest. But I'm hoping that'll clear itself out. If not, I'm going to take a net to it and try and get rid of most of the rubbish in there. But we had planned on trying to do the rest of this. And as you'll see, me and her have just had a nightmare.
So first off with the area that we knew we were going to be doing. We've had this weed suppressant down for the last 4 months, just so we haven't got overwhelmed with weeds throughout the allotment, so we've concentrated on the first half. It's done a great job of keeping the weeds down. There's only been a few nettles poked through, but we'll be moving it to different parts of the allotment to keep the weeds down as I concentrate on here. I am planning on moving it next to the shed just so I can keep them down to put a greenhouse there as well. It does look like quite a lot of area for the allotment, but I will be putting cut flowers in it as well, so it will actually be producing. Because of an allotment, you have to have 25% non-production area and then 75% cultivation, so that's flowers and stuff like that. So I'm hoping if I include cut flowers into it, it won't count towards the 25%. So we decided to put a path down here from the compost bins to the main cultivation bit of the plot. I just didn't like the idea of walking all the way around the wildlife part to put compost onto the plot from them bins. As you can see from Crystal modelling here where we're walking. So I've marked out with these bamboo canes where we're going to have more of the cut flowers that we're going to plant in. And then around the pond we're going to have the bug hotels and probably a bird feeder as well. So getting started, we did need to even out that bit of the path. When they first demolished the building that was on this plot, they didn't level it out. There still was tyre track marks off a tractor that was in here as well, so there's a lot of up and downs on it. And if you've seen from my other videos, there is a lot of rubble in this place, and you will see what we'll pull out in a bit. So as we're getting the wood chip down, we had to stop because somebody had lost the glasses on the plot. So I'm going through all the wood chip trying to look if I can find these glasses. As you can see, on my hands and knees really digging through it did take a good 5 or 6 minutes. I don't know how she missed them because they are right there. Suppose she can't see without her glasses. But I do eventually find them right where she was looking. Crisis avoided. So I knew there was some plastic sheeting underneath here and I just wasn't sure how big it was. I have tried to get up myself before but it just wouldn't budge, so me and Crystal are trying to do it now. Now it's well and truly stuck in there, so I've had to use a fork to try and dig it up. And then that's when I've hit into another problem. Now I started hearing plastic when I started putting my fork down and we found a bit of a pipe. And I wish this was all it was. But when we started to pull up we could see that the ground started lifting further and further away. And actually started going along the walkway where we've got the plastic cover. You can see the sheet actually lifting up while I'm getting the fork underneath. Now, I don't know how half of this stuff is even under the ground. I don't know if the previous owners dug it in. But as you can see there, it's a long piece of gutter and it's going underneath the sheet. But as you can see, this is definitely bigger than what I expect. It ended up being the length of me, and this isn't even the only one. I wish it was, but it wasn't. In the end, it was just easier to slide it out eventually. So I might try and repurpose that gutter and see what I can use it for, because it was nearly intact. And then surprise surprise, found another bit. This one was perfectly fine and round. I think I might be able to connect it to the one that comes off the side of the shed. And then I had to get back my original job and start digging the soil off that plastic sheet. It's a lot of work for just a wildlife area. And with a bit of teamwork, we eventually get it out. I don't know how this is under there. So with that part done for Crystal to try and clear, I decided to try and get a position for the pond. Now I wanted it higher up because of how much rain we've been getting, and just so it wouldn't flood too much. So I'm putting on a slightly raised area there, and trying to keep it away from pathways just so the kids don't fall in. And then comes the fun part of digging. Now I wasn't getting through very much with the shovel, so I decided to use the fork. Now, you know me, I'm not very technical, so I was just making a hole that the thing would fit in. I wasn't really thinking about making it level, which in hindsight now I probably should have. I need to go check to see if it's even okay. Now I just kept digging down, seeing if it would fit, and then taking it out, digging it down, and I'd done this several times because it just wasn't fitting in. And then once I got to a happy place, I just started backfilling, trying to get the soil to go down and push it down. I had made sure it went under the bottom as well, so there wasn't too much of a gap. Even if there is, I feel like wildlife might start making a nest underneath there. Hopefully be a nice wet place for frogs.
And we were going to put some bulbs up today, but just for how long it's taken to do that, we're not going to do it today. It was going to be daffodils and tulips, got some alliums and snowdrops as well, which we're going to put, well, we're thinking of putting it around here and probably around the pond. I have got an idea of putting like some curved bricks down here for somewhere for like frogs to bask on or something like that. And we have added this bit of a path here as well. So I've got access to the compost bin to go past it. Well, we're going to do the thing right up to there, but we've changed our mind. What else did I want to show you? Yes, the onion. And looking there, you can see now that quite a few of them are starting to sprout up now. There's a couple in there that haven't germinated. But apart from that, looking, most of them have. Seems to just be 3 of them there right next to each other that haven't done anything. Netting has helped keep the pigeons away from taking it up. Same with the other netting as well. I took his advice and pegging them to the sides, and that seems to have done the job. As you can see, they are, I mean, the leaves are everywhere at the minute. It's them trees that are next, I mean, it's good, but them trees that are next to it are just dropping everything on here. But they are taken off, and the slugs seem to have disappeared now. And they are seeming to grow, so hopefully that'll win. But it went down to -1 the other day, and I think it's killed off quite a few of the slugs around here. And obviously the wood chip that we have put down has helped a lot. But what it hasn't helped is the cauliflower I put out. Now, as you can see, that one's got munched, so is that one. Don't think that one has, but it's not particularly grown. This was all year round, which I've got a feeling it's not going to do anything now. I have got some kale I may put in this bed instead. But I mean, nasturtiums that I had in here are still germinating in this bed after the seeds. I just keep pulling them out because I don't want them in there. But yeah, I'm probably going to clear these out of this bed if it doesn't take off and put that kale in. And I have started harvesting some of my leeks. They're not big, but it was just the way I planted them in. I didn't do it correctly. I just whacked them in the ground. Pak choy, I'm tempted to get this pak choy, the size of it now. The outer leaves have got absolutely attacked, but the middle seems to be fine. You getting stuck? You getting stuck? Crystal's got right, yeah, for doing the wood chip there. So she's just getting some of the wood chip that's been left outside to do more of a path there. We're thinking of extending these beds eventually after the garlic's done. Probably extend these beds slightly out just so it's not a massive path in the middle there. But none of me elephant garlic's grown in yet, but shallots haven't done anything yet. They're all in, nothing's attacked them, which I'm glad of. But my garlic, where are we? I know it there. So as you can see there, there, and this side it's shown a difference in species, like type of garlic. This side was the earlier garlic, which will be ready in June. That was the later garlic on this side, which hasn't actually came up yet. So it's just showing how much. So it'll come up. Just shows the difference in the kind of them and how fast they actually germinate. So I'm quite happy with that as well, that the garlic's starting to take off. A bit good that we wanted to do more on this wildlife area, but it's just time constraints and just how much we had to do. Yeah, it did take a lot of effort to do that, and I put me back out. I've put me back out twice already since the last time and done me foot in. But I wanted to show you my poor sunflower as well. Let's have a look at it. It's flowering, but I've got bricks holding it down and there were bamboo holding it, but he's trying to get multiple heads on it. But I mean, it's pretty enough, but it was meant to be a Mongolian one. and they're meant to have huge heads, and it's not done it. It's got to the 6 foot which I wanted, but it's give up after that. So yeah, hopefully next year, when they're starting to pick up again, hopefully next year we can get some good ones in. This one wasn't the longest one because everything's dying back. Yes, we can get a cup of tea now. She just wants to go home. She's impatient, aren't you? So yes, it's not the longest, but I will see you in the next video.